And one more thing, if the Rams would happen to beat the Skins, the NFC Championship game would be right here at Candlestick in a week. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next time.
Channel 5, the 49ers station.
You are looking live at Candlestick Park in the beautiful city by the bay, where today Joe Montana leads the 49ers on their first step toward regaining the Super Bowl title they won 2 years ago. But he'll have to do it without his favorite wide receiver, the injured Dwight Clark. For the Lions, Gary Danielson gets his first start of the year. He replaces the injured Eric Hipple, who is lost because of a bad knee. Detroit coach Monty Clark certainly is no stranger to this city. He made his name here as a player and later as a coach. But today, the 49ers are guided by his close friend, Bill Walsh, who has designed an offense as elegant and sophisticated as the city itself. The Lions against the 49ers. The winner whistles on toward the Super Bowl, and for the loser, it's all lang syne. Coming up next, the NFL Today.
To find someone kind of like Montana's hero, Joe Namath, Broadway Joe. And what I found was a shy, by his own admission, introverted young man who's struggling to deal with the pressures of being a big star that maybe he wasn't quite prepared for.
Yeah, boy, you really are in the fishbowl when you're a quarterback, especially right here in this city. And I guess the two things you play for, money and also glory.
Exactly. He finds it a
because they're paid to play. But I think when it all comes down to it, part of the game is recognition.
San Francisco is a city probably more interested in fine arts than in football. But if there's one athlete who's captured the imagination of everybody in this town, it's Joe Montana. He's a hero here. But off the field, the flashy quarterback is quite a different man. From the time he was a 12-year-old growing up in Monongahela, Pennsylvania, Joe Montana knew what he wanted. It was to quarterback the Super Bowl champions. By the time he was 25, he did that, and his life has never been the same.
I think I became more of an introvert than I already am. People automatically think things that, well, I know he's got a big head. I know exactly how he is, you know, and then, which makes me feel bad because I like to think that I'm not that way.
The hands of Joe Montana, star quarterback, Super Bowl 16. The Concord.
Montana never hesitated making the most of his commercial opportunities. Where there was an appearance to be made, he made it. Sometimes reaping the rewards of stardom to excess.
I'm sure I spread myself thin. Demands on your time during the off-season, where normally you would probably be working out a little longer, you cut things probably short. And we suffered for it.
You never know, but you know that those kind of things are distractions to anybody. And you know you go through those phases of life one way or another, and you just expect that someone will grow through them.
At times, the growing pains showed, like last season when the 49ers record dropped to 3-6. Montana's personal life was affected, as earlier this season, his second marriage crumbled. But now, personal problems no longer affect his play.
When it's time to work, I can tunnel vision. I'm right there. I find it very easy to get into my work, and it's probably helpful too. Getting involved in it as much as I do probably helps keep my mind off of the other problem.
Through it all, Montana and recently injured wide receiver Dwight Clark have maintained a close personal relationship. So much so that Montana lives with Clark and his new wife, Ashley.
There's a lot of pluses to being married, but, you know, I was used to being single. And, you know, when it gets kind of tough on me, you know, Joe and I can do things together where, you know, sometimes that you can't do with your wife.
Mm-hmm. With his favorite receiver out for the season, Montana must be more resourceful than ever if the 49ers are to realize their dreams once again.
Once you get there, you realize you have to come back the next year saying, well, God, I know we can do it this year. We've been there before. We know what it's like, and there's nothing else like it in the world.
Chauncey, he has been so close to Dwight Clark, I have to feel he'll miss him in this game against Detroit.
Well, but a lot of the press seems to think this might be the best thing.
You were telling me you were here in 1957.
My dad and I sat in the end zone with my brother coming back from a Santa Fe State game that I played the night before.